Tapping in real quick for this UFC 303, Alex Pereira versus Jiri Prochazka 2. Will we get a part 3? Will we see a rubber match? Or will Alex Pereira dead this rivalry this coming Saturday? This right here, this is the final thoughts, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Not sure what the lineup is, so we're going to go with what I got in front of me. That's what we rocking with. First fight of the night for me, from what I see, Ricky versus Vinicius. You know what I mean? I'm rocking with Ricky to go ahead and get this one done via unanimous decision, 2 rounds to 1, possibly inside the distance, securing a submission. You understand what I'm saying to you? Or just finding that finish, whichever way it presents itself. Ricky is somebody whose game and body of work I do respect. He is somebody who can get it done, you know, across the board. He can knock you out. He can submit you. He can grind you out to a decision. You understand what I'm saying to you? And this is with all due respect to the young man, Vinicius, man. Don't have a whole lot bad to say about the young man other than he's not going to be able to stop the body of work that Ricky's going to produce inside that cage coming this Saturday. You understand what I'm saying to you? He's going to do the better work, man. He's going to land more volume. He's going to secure takedowns. He's going to be searching for the finish the whole 15 minutes. He's going to be relentless with his approach. You know, can he get clipped? Can things happen? Things can happen. You know, I got a respect for the boy Vinicius and his body of work. And, you know, like I said, not a whole lot bad to say about the young man other than he's not going to pass this test. You know what I mean? Ricky, that guy, man. He's had some setbacks. He's had some fallbacks. You understand what I'm saying to you? But he is a solid motherfucker, man, all the way around. And this is, you know, this is his fight to lose, in my personal opinion, man. Moving on. Los versus Old Boy. Old Boy making his UFC debut off the road to the UFC. It's another one of them. It's a complete pass for me, man. And this is with all due respect to the young man, Los. You understand what I'm saying to you? But, you know, you're not an individual. You know what I mean? Los is not an individual who I can gauge where this young man making his UFC debut off the road to the UFC ceiling may or may not be inside the UFC. Like, I can't gauge that based off of performance against the boy Los, Carlos Hernandez. You know what I mean? With all due respect to that young man, he's just not somebody I can use, you know, as a gauge for the UFC. You know what I mean? So it's a complete pass for me. I want nothing to do with it, man. You know what I mean? Hopefully, you know, it's a good fight. Somebody gets it done in spectacular fashion. And, you know, that'll be that with that. Orlovsky versus the boy Martin Budai. You know what I mean? I'm siding with Budai to get it done. You know what I'm saying? Via unanimous decision. 2 rounds to 1. You know what I mean? Could be 3 rounds to none, but most likely 2 rounds to 1. And listen, I'm not sleeping on Orlovsky, man. I'm an Andre guy. You understand what I'm saying to you? When it comes to my main parlays this week and all that, Budai's not wrapped up in there. It's heavyweight MMA. You know what I'm saying? And I tend to try to stay away from heavyweight MMA in my main my main legs of my main parlay. I try to keep that out of there, man. So Budai is the pick, and I'm, you know, very confident that he gets it done via unanimous decision, just based simply off the fact that, you know, this is Orlovsky. You know, it's Andre in 2024, man. The power is still there. The power is still there. So can he, you know, if he connects cleanly with any fucking body on God's green earth, he can knock him the fuck out. Best believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? But the speed's not there anymore. You know what I mean? The agility, the movement, the ability to get things done the way he used to be able to get them done and the way he might still want to be able to get them done, it's just not there, man. You know what I mean? He's solid. Resume very respectable. He's a motherfucker to be respected, not to be slept on, because if you do not respect him and you do sleep on him, you will fuck around and probably kiss the canvas and go to sleep yourself. You know what I mean? But Budai's not that guy. One thing you can say about Budai is, he's very consistent with the body of work that he puts out, and it will be enough to secure the unanimous decision over Andre Orlovsky. Michelle Waterson versus Robinson. Robertson. I'm still rocking with Jillian, man. You know what I mean? I like Jillian. She's at minus like 205 or something now. I think that was the last number I seen her at, man. And listen, I ain't even mad at it, man. You feel me? I hope it doesn't get no higher because, I would like to put her in a haymaker prelim parlay and a haymaker parlay for the whole card. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I don't want her to be like minus fucking 280, 290, or 310. Like Budai is a minus 310 right now. You know what I mean? Come on, man. For heavyweight MMA, you going up against a gat like Andre Orlovsky, whose best days are behind him. But I mean, minus 3 fucking 10 for Martin Budai against anybody is a little bit ridiculous. Maybe against fucking, Chase Sherman or something. You know what I mean? But Andre, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Jillian's the pick though on this fight against Michelle Waterson, and it's with all due respect to Michelle Waterson Gomez. Like I said before, her resume, her body of work, the level of opposition she's been up for just about her whole fucking career. You understand what I'm saying to you? But her best days are behind her. You know what I mean? Her best days are far behind her, in my personal opinion. She's solid, man. She's got a solid game. You know what I mean? She's got a very solid game. Can't really say anything bad about her other than the fact that her best days are behind her, and she's kind of just, playing a role of card filler, in my personal opinion, man. You know what I mean? Whatever fight she has left on her contract, if they decide to give her another contract, just because because she's an OG, she's a vet, she's been around from a minute, since she came off the show and all that way back when. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be here until she wants to retire or until her contract wants to, is up and she doesn't want to renew it. You feel what I'm saying to you? I feel like they're gonna keep her around. And with that being said, Jillian Roberson's best days are still ahead of her. You know what I mean? I don't feel like we've seen the best of her, and we may see the very best version of her up against the Karate Hottie this coming Saturday. I think she is just, coming into herself in this, in the fact that she's gonna be quicker everywhere, man. Like, she's gonna be quicker to the punch. She's gonna be quicker to the, quicker for the, when she's shooting the takedowns or the, the grappling exchanges, the wrestling exchanges, the transitions, everything. She's just going to be a little bit quicker, you know what I mean, than Michelle. Absolutely everywhere, making it so that she can edge her out absolutely everywhere and possibly get her done inside the distance via submission if she gets down on the ground and gets her on, gets on top of her. And like I said, that's not sleeping on Michelle Waterson or taking anything away from her. It's just stating facts. In my personal opinion, what I believe to be facts, and that's that her best days are behind her. Her run is, far from that shit's been done. You know what I mean? And Jillian, we have not seen the best of her yet, and may very well see the best version of her on Saturday against the Karate Hottie. This is a nice name that Jillian's going in there to put on her resume. And she might come in there and put on the performance of her life against the Karate Hottie. And 30-27 or across the board if it goes to the cards, man. It is what it is. It's women's MMA. It's another one that, like heavyweight MMA, I tend to keep away from when it comes to, parlays and all that. My main legs, you know what I'm saying? But Jillian's the pick. Peyton versus Giannis, man. Peyton's the pick. All day, every day, even on Sunday. But, boy, he's like a minus 2,200 on FanDuel. Come on, man. He was like a minus 1,600 over at the casino. You feel me? Minus 2,200 on FanDuel. The fuck you gonna do with that, man? I tell you what you do with Peyton. You take Peyton, because Giannis, I have no level. There's no respect, in my personal opinion, for Giannis, man. You know what I'm saying? At all, whatsoever. Nothing about his resume impresses me. Nothing about his body of work, what he's been able to accomplish in or outside the UFC. Like, nothing about this young man has impressed me. I'm not high on him at all. And Peyton will get this one done inside round one. You know what I'm saying? Probably club and sub him or just hop on him and get him the fuck up out of there. But he's going to secure this one inside round one. So if you're fucking with him in any way, shape, form, or fashion, when I tap back in for these parlays, you know, we'll talk about some props again. You know what I mean? Because there's some good 4-leg and 5-leg prop bets, you know, as far as this card goes too. But that's the only way you can bet this young man, getting him out of there, you feel me? Or take the method, take the double chance or the method, you know what I mean? To get him out of there in round 1, you know what I'm saying? Like, minus 2,200, this is crazy. Peyton's the pick, but that shit's crazy. Charles Jourdain, the Bull Air Jourdain versus Silva. It's Jourdain, man. I'm still rocking with Jourdain. You know what I mean? This is a very winnable fight for Jourdain. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, I'm going to talk about another young man up the card here in a few minutes. You feel what I'm saying to you? I don't necessarily see a very high ceiling for Jourdain, you know, up there in the top of the heap. You feel me? But he is a very good test for a lot of these motherfuckers outside of that top. And for that reason, you know, I feel like he's somebody that they'll keep around for quite some time, you know what I mean? Just to play that role. You feel what I'm saying to you? I don't think Silva can pass this test, man. I just feel like Charles is going to not necessarily run away with this, man, but 2 rounds to 1, if not 3 rounds to none, if not inside the distance. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's just a very winnable fight. Styles make matchups, and this is a very bad stylistically made, you know, very bad stylistic matchup in my personal opinion for the boy Silva, who I'm not high on anyway, you know what I mean? And the boy Jourdain, although I don't see a very high ceiling for him inside the UFC, this is a very winnable fight for him in my personal opinion, so I'm going to rock with him. Cub versus the boy Andre Philly, man. Cub's an underdog too, man. You know what I mean? We in a doghouse, you know I like that, man. Yeah, Philly like almost a minus 200 right now on the money line. Minus 210 or something like that when I looked, you feel me? I like it, man. I like it because I'm on Cub's side. You understand what I'm saying to you? Give me that plus money with Cub to come in here and get this one done. You know what I'm saying? 2 rounds to 1. Unanimous decision. But don't be surprised that this young man gets it done inside the distance, man. Cub is fucking dangerous, you feel me? And listen, man, I got respect for Andre Philly, man. Not a whole lot bad to say about this young man either, other than the fact he's not going to be able to stop Cub Swanson from implementing his game this come Saturday and walking away victorious via unanimous decision. And if he gets too hasty in the motherfucking mix and tries to stop it, you know, he might fuck around and get finished inside the distance, man. Cubs the pick, and it plus money, I absolutely fucking love it. You know what I mean? I love it, man. I don't see Cub losing this fight, man. In my personal opinion, where we at right here in 2024, I do not see Cub losing this fight to Andre Philly, man. 2 rounds to 1, unanimous decision. He getting this one done. You know what I mean? Joe, the boy Body Bags Pfeiffer versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Let's talk about it, man, because I'm high on my guy, Joe, this week, man. And it's with all due respect to Marc-Andre Barriault. I'm not trying to shit on this young man. I'm not taking away anything from this young man. He's solid. He's solid. And when it comes to the striking department, and when it, you know what I'm talking about, when it comes to standing up in this fight, in the stand-up, he has the advantage, man. I'm not sitting back here and you know, with blinders on. You feel what I'm saying? He holds the advantage in the striking department in this matchup. You understand what I'm saying to you? But what he will not be able to do is stop Joe from implementing his game. He will not be able to stop the takedown. He will not be able to stop the submission. He will be losing this one inside the distance, in my personal opinion. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I say all this saying, like I said in my clip, man, Joe Pfeiffer's not somebody I feel like that necessarily has a high ceiling in the UFC as far as the top 15 is concerned. You understand what I'm saying to you? But, you know, Dana White will keep Joe Pfeiffer around to be gatekeeper-esque for the top 15 because he knows what Joe Pfeiffer is capable of doing to the individuals outside of that top 15. Inside that top 15 is a whole nother motherfucking story. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's individual scenario. He just can't implement his game on. You know what I mean? Marc-Andre Barriault, unfortunately for him, He just does not happen to be one of those individuals. He will not be able to stop Joe from implementing his game. You understand what I'm saying to you? Joe's no fish out of water. You know what I mean? As far as you know, being on the feet goes. You know what I mean? But he can work, so he can work his way right to where he needs to be. And I mean, outside of something magnificent, some wild off the wall flying knee, I mean, something just spectacular happening from the Marc-Andre Barriere side of things, I don't see a way, and I don't see a night that Joe Pyfer loses this fight, man. Like 10 times out of 10, I got Joe Pyfer winning this fight. You feel me? And I say that knowing everything I just told you about Pyfer to be true. He doesn't have a high ceiling inside that top 15, but there are quite a few individuals outside that top 15 that this young man can implement his game on very fucking well. And unfortunately for Marc-Andre Barriere, he happens to be one of those young men. He's getting choked the fuck out, man. You know what I mean? Don't be surprised if Joe knocks him the fuck out, working his, sequence in to get to the grappling and get this man to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because the motherfucker possesses power. You feel me? There is pop in his shots, but the advantage in the striking department does go to Marc-Andre Barriere. Pyfer does know that, but he also knows Marc-Andre Barriere does not possess the capabilities of keeping him from getting this fight down to where he wants it. And then once that happens, stopping him from doing what he needs to do to secure this victory inside distance. You know what I'm saying? I'm high on Pyfer, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a bounce back spot for Joe, and he's going to execute in spectacular fashion, man. Securing the victory via submission inside the distance, and it's with all due respect to Mark, but he's not one of those individuals that is going to present problems for Joe. Ian versus Michael. Machado versus Venom. Let's talk about it, man. I still like the OG. I know he's 10 years older, man. You know what I mean? He's 10 years older. The boy, Ian, he got a 10-year youth advantage. It's probably about it, maybe. You know what I mean? That's probably about it, man. I don't necessarily know. He may have a grappling. He may hold like a grappling. He may hold a slight grappling advantage. And I believe that's where he's going to try to take this fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not blind. I'm not dumb. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a degenerate. You feel me? I like who I like in this fight, but I know that there is a night where Ian Machado Gary walks away victorious, no matter how much I might not want to see that happen. You know what I'm saying? I've done very well at betting his fights too. You understand what I'm saying to you as far as when it comes to picking winner, win, lose, or draw, what's going to happen, man. So, I dive and I dig and I do the best I can, you know what I mean, to make the case. Venom got the 5-inch reach, got the experience, experience against a higher level of opposition, somewhat, in my personal opinion. He could do without one or two of his losses, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? But with that being said, he's only got a couple losses, man. You know what I mean? He's not too much on the losing side. He is getting towards the end of his run. He's finally over here in the UFC. I kind of feel like, he wants to end his career here in the UFC on a high note. You know what I mean? Maybe not necessarily challenge for a title either. Just securing a few victories over here in the UFC after doing as good as he did over there in Bellator. You understand what I'm saying to you? And then go ahead and hanging it the fuck up before he risks getting obliterated by somebody and tarnishing his motherfucking legacy. You know what I'm saying? So, this is a winnable fight, but for both of these motherfuckers. I like Michael Venom Page's reach advantage. I like his experience advantage. You understand what I'm saying to you? I like his IQ. Both of these motherfuckers can prove to be a little bit crafty in there. You know what I mean? I'm not real high on Michael's takedown defense. You feel what I'm saying to you? And with that being said, I feel like Ian is going to be going for the takedowns. I feel like he may secure 1 or 2 of these takedowns. 9 times out of 10, I feel like this fight goes to the cards. 7 out of those 9 times, I feel like it goes to a split decision. You understand what I'm saying to you? And it's all about how the motherfucking judges are feeling, what they're scoring, and you know, what whose night they fucking feel like ruining. You know what I mean? I'm still on Venom. Still on Venom. With that being said, see how I dropped that lighter? I won't drop the ball when it comes to this motherfucking fight, man. My back door is covered. You understand what I'm saying to you? There is parlays where this fight will have an Ian leg and not a motherfucking Michael leg. You know what I mean? Because I'm a degenerate, not a fucking dumbass. This fight can go either which way on any fucking night. I'm just siding with Michael Venom Page to go ahead and be the one to get it done against this young man inside the octagon. You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, there is a night, you know, where Ian's hand gets raised and the smiles on his face, and Michael Venom Page is like, damn, gives us the Kevin Holland look and walks out the cage. You feel what I'm saying to you? So, it's a dangerous fight, man. You know what I mean? It's a dangerous fight. I still like Mike, though. Still siding with him. Not going against the grain there. Mara Buena Silva versus Macy. I'm still rocking with Macy. You know, it's women's MMA, though. You feel what I'm saying to you? Not so much a low-level women's MMA. You know what I mean? We climbing up. We reaching our way up there when it comes to this fight. Just like the one down there. We mid-level with women's MMA. We not at a high level yet. You feel what I'm saying to you? But these two girls, you know, both of them have a good IQ. Both of them are good at what they do. They're the same age. I believe they're both 32. And Macy possesses a 5.5 inch or 6 inch reach advantage in this fight. And I like her to use that to her advantage and edge out a split decision, if not a unanimous decision, man. Macy's still the pick. We have Anthony Lionheart versus Roman Dolidze. I'm still rocking with Anthony Lionheart Smith to go ahead and get this one done, man. You know what I'm saying? They the same age. You feel what I'm saying to you? They got the same reach, like 76 inches apiece. You feel what I'm saying to you? They're both the same age. Lionheart's like 2 inches taller. You know what I mean? Not a whole lot of volume when it comes to either one of these young men. But I do see Anthony Lionheart Smith securing takedowns in this fight, man. Whether it's early in the fight or late in the fight. And he's going to keep himself safe in this fight. You understand what I'm saying to you? This is a very winnable fight for Anthony Lionheart Smith. Whether he makes this shit look, you know, smooth and gets performance of the night, you know what I mean? Whether it's grimy and greasy, you feel what I'm saying to you? And motherfuckers just don't really like what's going on in there that much, you know what I'm saying? But he gets it done, grinds out the decision, or if, you know, this man finds the finish. You can never sleep on Lionheart, you know, when it comes to finding that finish, if he's able to get you down and, God forbid, get you back. He's a big motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying to you? Both of these young men are big motherfuckers. You feel me? I'm siding with Lionheart, man. You know, the experience. He not dumb. He not dumb. He's learned from his lessons. You understand what I'm saying to you? And, you know, I said it in the past. Sometimes you gotta give motherfuckers a little bit of leniency, man. You don't necessarily know what the fuck they going through in their own life. You know what I mean? And that shit does affect everything you got going on in life sometimes, man. And especially if you somebody who really gets in your motherfucking head, man. You know what I mean? I feel like whatever it was this young man was going through, you know what I mean, is behind him. And, you know, he's going to get past Roman, depending on who they match him up with next. Hopefully he gets past that test, you know, gets past that fight too, and then just hangs it up, man. ends it on a high note. You know what I mean? I know he didn't want to end it the way it was going. The way it's looking now, he just, he got the young boy out of there who was like minus 700 against him, got him out of there early and quick. You feel what I'm saying to you? If he can go ahead and get Roman out of there, you feel what I'm saying to you? And then possibly one more motherfucker. And depending on how he gets Roman out of there, if he gets Roman out of there inside the distance via a finish, he might take his gloves off right then. You feel what I'm saying to you? And I wouldn't be mad at him. I'm going to still ride with the homie, though, to get this one done. Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez, man. This is another one. I'm rocking with Brian, man. I'm fucking with the boy B to go ahead and get this one done via unanimous decision, 2 rounds to 1. But I would not be surprised if this one right here ended in a split. Brian's still the pick or in a motherfucking draw. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I'm not stupid. My blinders are not on here either. There is a night where Diego Lopez walks away victorious. The money line suggests that, minus 146 last time I saw him. He opened as a favorite. You understand what I'm saying to you? And listen, I get it. You know what I mean? He has looked magnificent in the UFC as of yet. But not against the kind of opposition that Ortega's been up against, or Ortega's looked magnificent against when, he was on his run. Now, I'm not sitting here saying, that Ortega's, rejuvenated and his run is reinstated. And for those reasons, Lopez can, fucking forget it. No, man. There's a night where Lopez gets this one done, man. Catches this young man and just puts him the fuck under. You feel me? Or secures it via split decision, getting a nod his way, or maybe unanimous decision. Maybe he hurts Ortega in the first round. Ortega survives. Ortega's able to get him down, put him in compromisable positions, but not get him out of there in the second round. Man, he hurts Ortega again in the third round. And they just call that shit a draw or a split nod, and they give it to motherfucking Lopez because he did the better work in the first and the better work in the third. You know what I mean? But got held down for 4 minutes in the second. This fight could go all kinds of ways. I'm not blind to that, so my back door will be secured on this one as well, man. You feel me? If you're interested in the parlays, man, you know what I'm saying, then you just got to stay all the way tapped in. You can't go off of a quick pick video that you're seeing, you know what I mean, and let that be that with that. You got to go to the final thought pick, you feel me? You got to go to anything that I'm off for. If you tap into one of my joints, on one fight, go tap into every video I post for that one fight. Or go watch these parlay videos. Go look at the parlays I post on the wall. Just, do your homework properly, man. You know what I mean? Because the main card parlays these last few weeks been smacking. You know what I mean? The 3-legger last week, the 3-legger yesterday, you know what I mean? And, before that, the list fucking goes on, man. You understand what I'm saying to you? And we gonna keep moving forward. We gonna keep fucking grinding, you know what I mean? These parlays out, man. And whether it's the prelims is smack, or the main card is smack, or the whole card is smack, because every fucking thing smacks. Like, it's why we do prelims. It's why we do main cards. It's why we do whole cards. It's why we do backups and backdoors and safety parlays with the just, I don't call them safety parlays, but all favorites parlays and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying to you? It's why I do 3 legs on, that I really like, and then 4 legs and 5 legs and this and that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying go put all 6 of them together. If you listen to me, I said 3 legs will pay you this. Then you can add a 4th leg and it'll pay you this. It's because I'm putting that 3-legger in, and I'm telling you, put the 3-legger in, then put the 4-legger in. Because if the 4-legger don't hit, but the 3-legger smack, you know what I mean? Well, your 5-legger ain't going to smack neither, but your 3-legger did. You understand? That's why I put them out the way I put them out, man. You know what I mean? So if you're going to tap in, tap all the way in. You know what I mean? Not just after the fact. You feel me? Brian's the pick, man. But there is a night where Diego, gets this one done. I just feel like outside of Brian Ortega getting clipped and slept, you know what I'm saying? He beats the Diego Lopez's of this division, man. You know what I mean? Just my personal opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Diego Lopez goes out there, sleeps this guy, and, rides right on up to a title shot. I don't think that's the case, man. necessarily believe that to be the case, but who the fuck am I, man? Brian's the guy I'm rocking with, but like I said, there will be parlays that got Diego in it. Shit, I put a 10-legger on my community wall earlier. All favorites, from the heaviest favorite all the way down to the smallest favorite. Put a unit on that motherfucker, and that bitch smacking for over 4 grand, 4K and some change. All favorites, 10 legs, call it a haymaker, toss the unit on it just because. And you know what I'm saying? And 3 picks went against my picks in that joint, but that's covering my back door. You know what I'm saying? I took Ian against Michael, Diego against Brian, and motherfucking, who the fuck else did I take, man? That might have been it. I might have just took Ian against motherfucking Michael and Diego against Brian. That might have been my only 2, and I added Alex in there. You understand what I'm saying too? But there's a 10-legger on my wall for plus like 40 something, whatever, to give you almost 40 times your money. Put a unit on it for almost 4K. If it smacks, it smacks. You know what I mean? 4K and some change. You feel me? Dropped it in early to catch those crazy money lines before they got, I mean, they was already ridiculous, but caught them. You know what I mean? And ran that thing right on down. From the highest favorite to the lowest favorite, and dropped the 10-legger in. You can go look at it. It's on the community wall. I dropped a yard on it. If it hits, I get 4K back. You feel me? But those, you know, it's a couple picks in there got nothing to do. Like, I didn't offer a pick for this main event, but Alex is on that, 10-legger. I like Brian, but Diego's on that 10-legger. I like Michael, but Ian's on that 10-legger. Then the rest of my picks remain the same. You understand what I'm saying to you as far as 10 legs is concerned? It's on the wall. You can check it out for what it's worth, man. But I'm going to post my 3 legs and my 4 legs and my 5 legs. I'm going to post a parlay video probably here in a little bit, you know what I mean? So you know exactly what I like on the main card, what I like on the prelims, and what I like on the whole card. You understand what I'm saying to you? And then we'll talk about favorites and, this, that, and the motherfucking third, man. Main event, Alex versus Jiri. I still don't want anything to do with this from a picking or a betting perspective, other than a haymaker. You know what I'm saying? And I highly suggest everybody else just sit back and watch this too, unless it's in a haymaker. With that being said, man, secure your back door, because there is a night where Jiri's, Alex falls victim to Jiri's chaotic style. You understand what I'm saying to you? I don't think he's toning anything down. You know what I mean? I think he's just coming in personally feeling more mentally prepared, or, his samurai ways, whatever he's doing out there, wherever he's doing it at, in the woods, the deserts, or wherever this young man's at, performing whatever acts he's performing to get himself mentally and physically, prepared for this battle with Alex. You know what I'm saying? He's still gonna come in with that same energy. He's still gonna come in with that same chaotic style, and it's just about, can you stay out the way? Can you catch this man clean enough coming in before he catches you with any of that wild shit he's gonna be throwing, man? You know what I mean? And maybe he comes in here, tries to get Alex down to the ground, just searches for a submission to get the motherfucking victory inside the distance with the least, through the least path of resistance. You know what I mean? Knowing that, Alex, everybody will probably just say, give this motherfucker, the immediate rematch, a rubber match, and then they'll just go ahead and schedule that, and maybe that's what he does. Maybe he just comes in here and abandons the striking, goes right to the wrestling and grappling, and goes right to searching for a submission, rear naked choke, or whatever the case may be. With that being said, though, it is worth consideration, man, that Alex's main motherfucker is Glover, man. So anybody who thinks Alex is just a chump to get taken the fuck down, double leg, single leg, like, if you don't possess that ability and that's not in your department, and that's gonna cost your gas tank, you feel me? Like, you might want to evade that game plan. Alex is not in my personal opinion, He's not somebody who's just, you know, if you're not a Daniel Cormier or a Cain Velasquez, like, you're not just going in this, man, you know, a Tom Aspinall, you're not going in here and just taking this motherfucker down all crazy and doing what you want with him. You understand what I'm saying to you? May Jiri be able to get him down? Yeah, but I just don't think it's going to be that easy, and I don't think finding the submission will be that easy, although that may be the path this young man attempts to take, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. We shall see. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Orlovsky, a big-ass underdog. Wu Dai is a minus 310 over Orlovsky, man. That's wild. Peyton's a minus 2,200. That's the fuck crazy, man. That is crazy. Minus 2,200, man. That's wild. They just had Ikram at minus 1,600, though, against, what was it, Tricali or whoever he was supposed to fight before, you know, he got booked to fight Robert. Like, the numbers they be giving some of these cats based off of recent performances against lackluster opposition is fucking wild, man. Does Peyton get the job done? Absolutely. Does he justify that money line? You know, I don't know what justifying minus 2,200 looks like. I think minus 2,200 looks like Jorge Masvidal versus Ben Askren. Like, if he was minus 2,200, what he did justifies minus 2,200. Anything past like 2 minutes doesn't justify minus 2,200. You feel me? In my personal opinion, but he gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? He definitely gets the job done. Charles, I like Charles Jourdain to get it done too. I love Cub at an underdog price. Joe, this is lock him up. This is lock him up, and I love the price tag for Joe. He's still in the 200 area. You know what I mean? Joe is somebody who should be that boy who's making his UFC debut off the road to the UFC. Fighting Los is like a minus over 400. I could justify Joe being a minus 400 against Marc-Andre Barriou more than I could try to justify this newcomer being a minus 400 against anybody in the octagon. You feel me? But yeah, man. That's that with that. That's final thoughts, man. It's Ricky for me all day in the fight against Vinicius. We completely passing that fight with Los against old boy making his UFC debut. It's Budai against Orlovsky, but only in haymakers, you feel me? And prelim parlays. It's Jillian versus Michelle, man. Peyton all day against Janice. Charles all day against Silva. Cub all day against Andre. Joe all day against Mark. Mike and Ian is a fight that could go either way, unfortunately. You understand what I'm saying to you? It is a fight that can go either way, man. I am still siding with Mike, but I will be securing my back door. I'll post those parlays so you can see them both ways. You feel me? Buena Silva versus Macy. I still like Macy. I still like the range, the distance, the 5.5-inch, 6-inch reach, whatever she possesses, and I like her to win via split decision. You know what I mean? Anthony Lionheart against Roman. I like Anthony Lyon. Listen, man, and there's not a night where this one's not a split decision too, man. You know what I'm saying? So, Lionheart is the pick though. Anthony Smith to get this one done is the pick, man. I feel like he can beat the Roman Delices outside of getting caught, and I don't feel like he'll put himself in a position to get caught by Roman Delice. He'll take it to the motherfucking mat first. Brian versus Diego. This is a fight where, you know, I'm rocking with Brian to get it done because I feel like he can beat the Diegos of the division, but it's not, you know, like I got blinders on and don't see a night where Diego walks away and justifies this favorite price tag and some by getting him clean the fuck up out of there in the first round, in the first hectic exchange of strikes, you feel me? So I will be covering my back door, and I will show you what those parlays look like, you feel me? Alex versus Jiri, I want nothing to do with it, man. I want nothing to do with it unless we talking about haymakers, man. Now I'm going to go ahead and slide up out of here. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'll tap back in with the parlays, and that'll be that with that. We getting it done early this week because me and my daughter, we the fuck up out of here. And we going on vacay. You dig me? So I appreciate y'all for tapping in.